Are you trying to decide whether you need to run your affiliate program on a network or keep it in-house? This is a huge decision that can make or break your program. And so in this episode, I'm going to share the pros and the cons of both options and hopefully help you figure out what's right for your business. Welcome to the Affiliate Guy podcast. If you want to grow your income, serve your tribe, and enjoy all the benefits of affiliate marketing and having your own affiliates, you're in the right place. Thanks for joining me today. Let's get started. When I started my first affiliate program, this is almost 20 years ago. We didn't have the affiliate tracking options that are available to you listening to this today. It's unbelievable. That I remember there were virtually no off-the-shelf software solutions. There were a few affiliate networks, and frankly, it never even occurred to me to use one of them because I didn't know the industry. When I first got into the industry, I didn't know what an affiliate network was. And so the only thing that I could think of when, I've told this story so many times, we were desperate, couldn't make payroll, about to go bankrupt, and I wanted to start an affiliate program. So I contacted our developer. His name is Edward. At the time he was in the former Soviet Republic of Moldova. He's now actually in the Montreal area. And I was like, this is a Saturday afternoon, Memorial Day weekend 2005. I'm like, can you build an affiliate tracking system within our current system? And he's like, yes. I was like, how long is it going to take? He said a few weeks. Okay, how much is it going to cost? I don't know. It wasn't much. It was like $1,500. I'm like, well, I can't pay you $1,500, but I can pay you a percentage of all the sales in perpetuity. And if this thing blows up, you're going to make a lot of money. And as you know from my story, it did. And secondly, can you build it by Tuesday? Again, this is on a Saturday. Well, he took the risk, and it was a good decision by him because he made roughly 140 times more than he would have. There's a lesson there, by the way. Sometimes you might have to take a little bit of a risk. We know that, right? And he did. And if you think about it, what if he had done this 10 times and 9 of them either A, screwed him over, or B, made no money, but the one was like ours? Well, it would have been clearly worth it. And so that's just an aside there. So he created this system, and that's how we built our affiliate program, was on the tracking system that he built in 3 days. And then we grew it from there, and we added features, and we added new reporting and new things that affiliates could do and all these things, and made it 10 times better and paid him a ton of money, and it was great. Now, you don't have to do that today. You don't have to create your own system or hire a developer. In fact, there are off-the-shelf solutions. They're plug and play. You can have an affiliate program up and running. If you are listening to this at 10 o'clock in the morning, by 3 o'clock this afternoon, you can have an affiliate program up and running without having to pay more than, a few $100 tops and not having to have anybody develop anything. And in fact, what you would buy off the shelf today, even the cheapest software, the cheapest plugins, or, whatever they're called on your platform, are probably 3 to 10 times better than what we developed, hiring a developer and ultimately spending over $200,000 to develop. You can do that today, by the end of today, probably, depending upon when you're listening to this. When you're launching an affiliate program, one of the first, literally the first decision you've got to make is, okay, who's going to run the program? And what kind of program am I going to run? Is this a pay per sale, a pay per lead, a pay per click? How much roughly am I going to pay in commissions? Make sure it's viable for you. One of the next decisions that you have to make is the right affiliate tracking system. And again, the good news for you is you don't have to build your own system like we did. There are definitely over 100 options available. And they're catering to all kinds of levels of technical expertise and budgetary considerations. You can even do this for free. And I'm going to talk about that toward the end of this episode. I'm going to talk about, if you're just testing the waters, testing the viability of your affiliate program, how can you do it for free? There are programs that are $39 a month, or we'll talk about, an option toward the end that's relatively inexpensive. You don't even have to do that. You could do it for free. But the biggest choice you have to make when you're managing your affiliate program early on is, are you going to manage it in-house, meaning with software where it's your affiliate program and it's not on the other option, which is an affiliate network. So there's advantages to both and there's challenges to both. And I'm going to walk through those here in this episode. Okay, first, let's talk about the advantages, the pros of doing it in-house. So this involves things like grabbing a WordPress plugin. There are dozens of those, or other software that you can do if you're on a platform like a Kajabi or a ClickFunnels, managing it in-house there, not putting it on a network. What are the advantages? What are the pros there? Well, the first one, complete control. If you are managing your program in-house, it's the same as agency versus an in-house affiliate manager. It gives you full control over every aspect of your program to your specific needs. The word that comes to mind is autonomy. So whether it's the commission structure, the affiliate approval process, the cookie length, all of these things, how often you pay your affiliates, how you do the accounting, everything is 100% controlled by you. That's a big advantage. The second big advantage is the branding consistency. So when you're in-house, every touch point with your affiliates reinforces your brand identity rather than that of an external network. Now, this is not necessarily true with things like Keep, Infusionsoft, Kajabi, and some others, but most in-house software, you're able to brand it and basically it just looks like you created it. It doesn't look like it's on a out-of-the-box software, right? And so it creates a more, especially if you've got a lot of like customers who become affiliates, creates more of a cohesive experience for them. The third big advantage is cost. Now, I'm talking about long-term cost. Short-term, in-house systems usually require more investment of time and resources and therefore money, right? But long-term, like there's no network fees. I mean, that can significantly reduce long-term expenses. And so that's a big advantage. Typically, an in-house program, not always true, but I would say 97% of the time, it's more cost-effective if the goal is to just reduce costs. Not necessarily in proportion to revenue, but just straight costs. It's going to be lower. Now, the downsides to in-house, the first one is just the management overhead. If you are running an affiliate program in-house, it takes a lot of time. I've managed programs in-house and out-house, in-house and on network. And the reality is they just take a lot more time, 20, 40% more time. You got to manage everything from like the affiliate recruiting. It's 100% on you. You don't get any affiliates from the network. Payment processing, dispute resolution. One of the biggest time sucks is the tax documents and paying the affiliates and monitoring for fraud. All of those are typically handled by the affiliate network. And so, like, if you have to spend a lot of time doing those things, if you're a full-time affiliate manager working 40 hours, those things right there can be 10 hours a week. That's a quarter of your time spent on things that technically don't make you any money. Now, you have to pay your affiliates. You have to process the tax documents, and you have to monitor for fraud so that you can run a successful program. So indirectly, they make you money, but they're not direct revenue generating activities. Versus on a network, those are handled by the network. And so these things just take a lot of overhead in terms of the management. And if you're part-time, if you're doing this an hour a day, you're a 40-hour-a-week entrepreneur and you're running your affiliate program an hour a day, that can take up an hour or two a week. That's 20 to 40% of your time. You basically have almost no time to actively grow the affiliate program. That's a problem. The second biggest con or downside to in-house is just you're going to need a certain level of technical expertise to get everything up and running smoothly. And so depending upon the complexity of the software you choose, you might have to hire a developer still. Now, most of the in-house software I've used, they're fairly easy, but a few have been absolutely nightmares. And again, you might find yourself in, what I typically call FAQ hell. You're like, I'm on this platform. My e-commerce site is on Shopify and there's this. And how do I do this? And how do I make the commissions last this long? And how do I change this? And where's that report? And it just becomes a nightmare. I was chatting with an affiliate manager the other day. He messaged me on Facebook. This is a guy I've known since I got into the industry almost 20 years ago. This guy is an affiliate manager for, I don't know their exact revenue. It's a company that you probably heard of, and they have to be doing north of $500 million in sales annually. I think they might be well over $1 billion. I see them everywhere. This is a big company, a big retailer, and that's all I'm going to say about them. And he messaged me and he was talking about one particular software, and he was like, dude, I've been in this industry for 15 plus years. I don't know how to use some of the stuff in there. How does the average person know how to do that? So this is a professional affiliate manager of almost 2 decades at a massive company who has pretty sure he's won a couple of Affiliate Manager of the Year awards. He might be listening, so I know he hasn't won as many as me. I won 4. But I think he's won I think he's had to have won at least 1. And I know his affiliate program has been Affiliate Program of the Year multiple times, and he doesn't even know how to use some of the stuff. How complicated is it going to be for the average Joe Blow? And then the third thing is just the scalability challenges. As your program grows, the complexity increases exponentially. And so if you don't have team members, programmers, assistant affiliate managers, it can become unmanageable, which is going to limit the growth of your program. Again, because of just the complexity of everything. Now, what about the flip side? What about the advantages of an affiliate network? Well, the first one is they're easy to use. The right affiliate networks, there are some that are really complex too, but generally speaking, they are easier to use. They take the hassle out of managing the technical and the admin side of an affiliate program. So they handle the tracking, they handle the payments, they provide support for your affiliates. That allows you to focus on other areas of your business. And again, if you're a full-time affiliate manager, maybe not as relevant to you. Secondly, you get access to affiliates, established affiliates. Networks, they have affiliates. They have a large pool. Some old ones have tens of thousands of affiliates. This can be a huge advantage if you want to rapidly scale your program. In fact, I tell people, do what I teach. Go listen to the episode where I talk about how to find affiliates. And you get out there and you bust your butt to find affiliates. That's great. Do that. And being the key word, it's not, well, I'm going to be on a network, so I don't have to do any affiliate recruiting. No. But if you're on a network, you don't have to do as much active affiliate recruiting to hit your goals. If your goal is to go from $0 affiliate program to $100,000 a month or a quarter or whatever, to go from 0 to anything as fast as possible, I'm going to go on record as saying you must join an affiliate network. Without it, the early days can be pretty frustrating. Again, because you're going to be reaching out to people and they might not be established affiliates ready to start promoting. Whereas on a network, they're looking for you. They are finding you. Again, 9 times out of 10, they get active faster than the people that we recruit. And again, you want to do both long term, but in those early days, if you just want to get an affiliate program kind of up and running, and even just to make $5,000 in a month, you want to be on a network. And then third, this is the converse to what I just said about the in-house software, but the scalability. Networks are designed to accommodate growth. On some softwares, if you get to the point where you're really rocking and you're sending a couple thousand clicks in an hour through, your system, they can start getting buggy and crash. If you 10x your affiliate program on an in-house program like that, it can cause serious problems. If you 10x it on a network, you got to keep in mind, you 10xing, if let's say you account for 1% of the traffic, which would be high on an affiliate network, if you 10x, you're still only 10% of the traffic. Networks are designed for scale. And so you can scale virtually unlimited as fast as possible. I took one particular program, I talked about this a few episodes ago. I took it from $15 million a year to $325 million a year in less than 4 years. It didn't even put a dent in the network. $325 million, they're doing $1.1 billion a month. And I did 320, what's that in a month? 325 in a year. Okay, our busiest month, our busiest 30-day period, we would do about 135 million. They're doing 1.1 billion. So I'm at 12%. Like us doing 130 million or whatever, 140 million, 150 million in a month, doesn't even put a dent in their server space. It's nothing. So you're infinitely scalable on a network. Now, the cons, right? What's the flip side of the pros? No doubt about it. Networks cost more. They're going to reduce your management headaches. They're going to make it easier, but they're going to take a cut of the earnings. And so if you're on really, really tight margins, if you are running an affiliate program, let's say you sell a product for $100 and you have a cost of goods of 75, but you've got to only charge 100 because of the market, right? You got a cost of goods of 75, you're charging 100 and you're paying a 15% commission. Right there, 75 plus 15 on $100, you're only making $10. The network is going to typically charge you $3 to $5. I'll share a little bit later about one of the ways to keep that down. But okay, let's just say it's $3. Well, you're down to $7, and then you got to pay a credit card processing fee on that 100. You're making no money. So if you've got really tight margins, you may not be able to be on a network. Now, if you charge $100 for something, you've got a cost of goods of 30 and you're paying a 20% commission even, well, you're only at 50. You got plenty of room and the scalability is worth it. So again, like if you're going to 3X on a network, if you can make 3 times more on a network, which is a reasonable amount of money to make more, that'll be totally worth it if you've got big enough margins in excess of even 40%, even 25% margins, including the commissions, like you're fine. Be on a network, it's worth the growth. But again, if you got really, really tight margins, probably not worth it. The second thing, this is the opposite of what we talked about earlier. You have a little bit reduced control. You have to follow their rules, their systems. Maybe you would like a certain report that you could add if you were in-house, if you created your own program, for example, not an out-of-the-box solution. But if you did what I did, like I could message our developer and say, I want this report. And by the end of 10 days, I would have that report. I could basically create whatever I wanted. The same thing with being on a network. I didn't talk about this. One of the advantages to being on a network is affiliate vetting. They have to pass through that affiliate network layer before they can join your program. They have to be accepted by the network. That is an advantage in the sense that it's going to reduce fraud by about 99%. The disadvantage is that maybe the network doesn't accept somebody that you want. And, in fairness, typically all you got to do is email the network, tell them, hey, this person, I know this person, they're good. And they can either let them in just on your, program and monitor things, or just let them into the network, period, because you're vouching for them. But you do give up a little bit of control when you're on a network. And then the last one, diluted branding, right? That we talked about earlier. On a network, your program is just one of many. And this can dilute your brand's impact. As affiliates, maybe again, especially if you have a lot of customers as affiliates, they're not going to engage with your brand as deeply as they would if it was a direct relationship in-house. So ultimately, the decision between in-house tracking software, plugins, things like that, and a network, it really boils down to that balance that we talked about between control and convenience, between scalability and short-term cost. So if you've got the time, you've got the capability to manage the complexities, you've got a team, especially like multiple affiliate managers, in-house might offer more control. You've got a big brand that people have heard of, and people are going to join your affiliate program, whether you're on a network or in-house, go in-house. But if you are looking for something that's easy, you're looking for access to more affiliates, which allows you to scale, and you don't have to worry about the tech stuff, the tax stuff, all that. You don't have to worry about the tracking, the tech, and the taxes. Then an affiliate network is the way to go. So earlier I mentioned that you can start an affiliate program for free. I'm talking about low cost and high cost and middle cost and short-term cost and long-term cost. But what about no cost? Is that possible? Well, absolutely. I think I did an episode on this. It feels like 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm not going to share the whole episode right here. If you want to, just look up on my site or look up in your podcast player, how to start an affiliate program for free. You'll find the whole episode. But this is a great way to get the ball rolling. And so especially if you were on super tight, not margins, but literally super tight budget, you can earn some cash without any upfront costs. And so typically what people will do in this situation, I teach them this, and they'll start their affiliate program for free, and they'll earn just a few $1,000s. Well, here's the deal. If you have a few $1,000s, now you can get any software, you can join any network, and it's not that big of a deal. So first up, super critical point. You need to understand this. You can start an affiliate program for free without any fancy software, without any fancy tools, using what you already have. Now, this assumes that you have a basic business in place, you have an email system in place. If you don't, go over to ConvertKit. Now it's just Kit. If you go to mattmcwilliams.com/ConvertKit, I think it's free for up to a couple thousand subscribers or something as of this recording. And you can track leads and sales that way. This requires manual tracking. What I'm about to suggest requires a lot of manual work. It is very old school, but it is effective for starting out. I don't recommend this if you have a $15 retail product. It's just, it's going to be time consuming for something like that. But if you've got a product that's, north of $100, this is very much worth it. So here's how to manage this. I recommend not doing it with more than 5 active affiliates. Again, once you have about 5 active affiliates and you made a couple $1,000s, you can go buy whatever you want. So step 1, duplicate your sales page. Create a clone of your existing sales page or your opt-in page or whatever it is. So if your affiliate's name is Rudy, then set up, such and such product.com/Rudy, and it's going to look identical to your original sales page, your original opt-in page. But the twist is any signups from this page are going to get tagged in your email system as Rudy's leads. All right. So this doesn't really work with straight to product purchases, retail products. All right. There's got to be a lead generated here. And you can also, when you clone the page, you say like, hey, welcome Rudy's, visitors or something. You can do some stuff like that. Step 2 is you're going to track sales manually. So when someone from Rudy's page buys the product eventually, you check your email system, you see, oh, that sale came from Rudy, and you manually calculate his commission. It's a lot of legwork, but it's very straightforward. And then once you have more than one affiliate, let's say you have Rudy and then you add 2 more, again, you create a unique page and you tell the opt-in form that this is from Rudy, this is from John, this is from Sally. So when there's a sale, you go look up and say, okay, hey, in ConvertKit, where did this sale come? Oh, it was a referral from Sally. Great. Sally, you earned $50. Again, once you start seeing sales through your affiliates, you can reinvest the earnings into a better system, whether it be in-house or, an affiliate network. And so phase 1, you're going to operate everything manually. You're going to run your manual system. I would say the first 5, maybe 7 affiliates that are actually making sales. Of course, if your very first affiliate does $10,000 in sales and you suddenly have, let's say you're doing a 40% commission, you got $6,000 lying around, go get on a network or go get the in-house stuff, whichever one you choose. So then that's phase 1 is just operate everything manually. Phase 2 is to reinvest your earnings. Again, just a few dedicated affiliates earning you even $1,000 and you've got, you can upgrade. That's going to get you a solid tracking system, network or in-house that automates all the grunt work. And then phase 3 is start expanding. Expand your affiliate base without exponentially increasing your workload. And so this isn't just about saving money. It's about proving your program's viability. When you start for free, you mitigate the risks, you learn the ropes, you don't have any of the financial pressure. And so once you confirm that the model works, you're in a better position to invest in scaling up. Again, it's only meant to start. If you're at that very beginning stage, you're testing out the water, so to speak, it's perfect. But eventually you're going to have to move to a dedicated system that's going to save you time and save a lot of money, of course. It's going to make you a lot more money. It's going to allow you to manage affiliates more effectively. So what software or what network should you use? You might have noticed that at no point so far in this episode did I recommend a specific software or specific network. Why is that? Why did I not recommend one of the hundreds of softwares or one of the dozens of networks? Well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, the options are always changing. I am recording this episode at a specific time. You might be listening to it 4 years from now. And here's what I know. Between now and then, there's going to be at least 2 new softwares that come out, possibly as many as 10. And there's going to be at least 2 that go out of business, possibly as many as 10. There's going to be at least 2 that get acquired, probably not 10. 2 or more are going to be offering new features. They're going to raise their prices. They're going to lower their prices. They're going to start having issues with customer service, so they're not going to be as good. They're going to be better. I was reading this article the other day about Kia, the car manufacturer. Some of their vehicles are rated the highest by Consumer Reports and like Car and Driver magazine. But when I think of Kia, I think of really cheap cars that don't drive for more than 3 years and they don't look great. Their new one, I forget what it is, the Telluride, that's a phenomenal looking SUV. I saw one the other day and I was like, is that a Genesis? Because I knew it wasn't a Lexus, it wasn't an Acura, but it looked like a luxury SUV. No, it's a Kia. To be clear, I saw it from the side, not from the front where it says Kia. I'm not an idiot, But I was like, that is an awesome looking car. And I'm like, oh, it's a Kia. And then I went, oh. But I read this article and it's like, they are phenomenal cars now, but they have a reputation. So the same can be true of networks. Things can dramatically change. And if you're listening to this 4 years in the future, I don't want to be like, I recommend this. And it's like, no, I don't. So that's the first reason. The second reason is, well, I'm completely biased. I am biased because, as you may or may not know, I just launched my own affiliate network. It's called XP Affiliate. This has been a dream of mine for over a decade now. Back in 2009, I started a Google Doc. And this Google Doc was initially just like things that I wanted to ask an affiliate network for. I was working with various affiliate networks. I was working with CJ and ShareSale. Impact, I think, hadn't quite launched yet, or was just maybe it had just launched. I had programs on CJ, ShareSale. I had a couple in-house things that we were running again on things that we built. There weren't a lot of plugins back then. There were a few, but I didn't use any of them. And so it was like, okay, things that I wanted. Hey, ShareSale, can you add this feature? Hey, CJ, can you add this feature? And, as the companies weren't like super responsive, it was like, well, eventually that document morphed into, what if I started my own affiliate network? What would I want? What would I want, as somebody, if I could go back to like when I first started, what would I want this network to have? And, I started that in 2009. For the next 12 years, it was a pipe dream. Never happened to have $15 million lying around to develop it, and never developed it. And then a few years ago, I had a possible opportunity with a company, and I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but long story short, we met for probably over 40 hours, and we had an agreement in place, and then they ended up ghosting me, and they basically stole a bunch of my IP. Thankfully, I only gave them 25% of the ideas that I had. Looking back, I didn't do that because I was like, they might ghost me. I did it because, I needed to clean up some of the language and make it more relatable to a coder and stuff. And so anyway, they ghosted me and stole some of my IP. And about 6 months later, they went bankrupt. It was like karma, right? But then over the past year, I've been working with a company, and they do have the money. They've got the investors, and we have plenty of money. We've raised, a substantial amount of money to be able to build this affiliate network. And ultimately, what XP Affiliate is, and there's a link in the show notes to go learn more. You can sign up as a merchant there, and you can also sign up as an affiliate there, so you can work with some of our merchants. Is we wanted to create the best of both worlds, the advantages of in-house with the advantages of a network. Things like when the affiliate logs in, what's the branding? It's your branding. Things like the advantages of a network, access to affiliates, not handling the tax stuff, not handling the affiliate payments. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. We do it all. And ultimately, we came up with this message of it, it's everything you need and nothing you don't. We wanted to create a simple interface because I mentioned earlier, I just hear from so many people how complicated all the networks are. There are reports. They don't know how to get to certain things. They can't remember where they found that one piece of data. And when they log in, it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many things. And no, we want to keep things simple. I said, I want it to be where the average entrepreneur, the average team member could log in from their kid's soccer practice or soccer game or basketball game, or real quick while they're waiting in line for lunch, and they could check their stats. How much money did I make yesterday? Who's active, who's not? And it would be really, really fast to know these things. So that's what we have. A very simple affiliate network. Again, everything you need, nothing you don't. And so that's one of the reasons why I don't recommend other things, at least publicly. And I don't even necessarily recommend our network for you, but it might be good for you. So if you listen to this episode and you said, you know what, I need to be on an affiliate network. I need access to more affiliates. I want to get affiliates the easy way. I'm still going to do the work to get them the hard way, but I need some the easy way. I want to scale quickly. And I don't want to deal with the affiliate payments. And I don't want to deal with the affiliate tax forms and the W-9s and the W-8 BENs and the 1099s and all that stuff. I don't want to deal with that. I want to scale, and I want somebody else to do all the tech work for me. Well, then come join our affiliate network, xpaffiliate.com. And if you're an affiliate looking for some good offers to promote, xpaffiliate.com, click on the affiliates button and sign up there. And then we'll let you know when we have new merchants and you can sign up for their programs. So it's a great way for access. It's a meeting place. It's a marketplace for awesome affiliates to meet awesome affiliate programs and awesome affiliate programs to meet awesome affiliates. So if you're interested, again, xpaffiliate.com, check it out. And with that, I will wrap up. If you got any questions about XP Affiliate, about anything that we've talked about in this episode at all, you can text me anytime at 260-217-4619. Again, you can sign up at xpaffiliate.com. No payment there. We'll schedule a call and we'll talk about it. Let's see if it's right for you. So if you're on the fence, like, I don't even know if this is right for me, just go there, apply. We'll set up a call. That's the best way to do that. Or like I said, you can text me at 260-217-4619. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because in the next episode, I'm going to share more about why I started my own affiliate network. I'm going to tell a little bit more of the story about that. And I think it's going to be an interesting episode because I think it's good to know the heart behind it. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss that. I've got a ton more content coming up, including the worst affiliate program mistakes of the year. That's coming up here. It's the obligatory episode at the end of every year, right? I'm going to share some of the worst mistakes I've seen people making all year. Why? So that you can avoid them. That's the big one. And I've got my 2025 affiliate marketing predictions. It's an annual episode I have done every year since I started this podcast, and it's always a good one. And I'll just say this, I was right on everything this year. I was just prepping for that episode. I was right on everything in 2024. And I've got a couple where I'm going to go out on a little bit of a limb in 2025. I'm like, that one's like, I'm 80% sure. I'm not 90% sure or more, but I still think it's going to happen. And so hopefully they do. So hopefully I'm right there. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss that. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening today. Remember to check out all of our deep dives into affiliate marketing at theaffiliateguide.tv. And if you have a question, ask it at asktheaffiliateguide.com. Who knows? Maybe you even be featured on an upcoming episode. And lastly, if you haven't yet, make sure to leave a rating and review wherever you're listening to this episode. See you soon.